Hey, how you guys? It is therapy day again, and it's therapy day again, and this is my first time. Matter of fact, this is my first time out of the apartment since my last therapy session. It's been 2 weeks in my apartment. Fuck it. Don't nobody really want me out here anyway, so fuck it. Anyway, I've actually got 2 appointments today. So I got a appointment with the sleep doctor first, and then an appointment with for therapy, and then I guess we're gonna go grocery shopping and get some food and come home and oh yeah, and get some cigarettes too. But that's whatever. Um, so I guess I'll maybe have a medical update here after the first appointment anyway. I do plan on, filming some more before my therapy session after the sleep appointment just because, there's going to be time, and that's kind of our tradition anyway. That's how we do things around here. Um, yeah. Um, Sorry, I'm keeping an eye out for my dad because we don't got much time for he's gonna be here to pick me up in his truck. So talk about first. Oh, sorry, I meant to hit the microphone. The video that we're currently editing is I ordered I got a ring light from off of the Deal Zone on B&H. I got a really good deal on it. I would not have paid for it full price. No way in hell. But for the $35 I paid for it, spoiler alert, I'm pretty satisfied with it, I think. And yeah, so that is still in editing, but it's probably gonna take me probably a up into next week to get it published. I'll try and get it done quicker than that if I can. I'm going to edit this first just to go ahead and get it out there because this is a simple, like in, out, cut type of edit. Whereas that one is multicam, requires some color grading and, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, so that is in the pipeline. That is coming. I wanted to talk a little bit too. If you didn't watch the name and names video, we are. I talked about some planned videos or some idea videos, whatever you want to call it, for summer. Both of these, keep in mind, are not, or neither of these are guaranteed because both of these are going to require my dad's help, particularly in transportation. But you know, like the ride to Shenandoah video that I was planning for last summer, but then like I kept falling asleep all the time and was told to stop driving. Anyway, so the two videos that I want to do is one of them is for actually for the Dreaming Turtles Relaxation and Chill, my other YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out if you want to. It's not talking heads like this. It's all about nature and relaxing and chill. It's relaxation and chill. Anyway, so I want to go back to Cub Run and do like maybe 2 days worth of shooting and just shoot as many scenes as I can out at Cub Run. I want to do the waterfall again. I want to do the downstream from the waterfall. I want to reshoot at Catherine's Furnace. I want to do some stuff on the creek left of Catherine's Furnace. I just want to go through Cub Run and do some more of those relaxation videos from Cub Run. Yeah, and the other one that I want to do is if you watch the old episodes of Stony Shaman's Corner, you know that there was a one in there called In Search of Friend that is about the time I got stranded in Stony Creek and got lost trying to walk either to Greenville Grocery or another payphone. Spoiler alert, there was no other payphone. And I walked from a little bit after midnight somewhere till about 10 o'clock in the morning until I finally ended up at Greenville Grocery. So much walking. And it was, it was a crazy fucking experience. But anyway, I want to take my scooter to Stony Creek and then do a ride-along video where we just kind of retrace my steps, but on the scooter. And because, I don't ever want to have to walk that fucking long again in my entire life. That was not including the time I spent walking down Route 666 or through that bumfuck nowhere neighborhood, whatever that was, or the time I spent on 11 from Rafine walking back into Greenville Grocery, not including any of that. It was about 13 miles that I walked that night. And plus there was, the experience with friend and everything, that's too much. Again, like I talked about in the Name and Names video, it's too much to get into right now. I'm trying to keep it fairly Taylor Swift here. Yeah. If you want to know more about that, you can go back and watch that old video, or, we'll probably talk about that again in the video if we get to do it. But yeah, so those are, a couple videos that I have hopefully planned for this summer. Yeah, so there's not really, well, there is a whole lot going on, but, life is bullshit as always, but, that's another wave in another ocean. I don't want to make this too goddamn depressing this time, like last time. Boy, I said last time we did an out vlog like this, an outdoor vlog, whatever you want to call it. I said some things that were, pretty depressing. And, even though this is meant to be more personal and whatever these vlogs are, I don't want to depress you too bad because life is bullshit. But, I'm still here. And you can take solace in that, I guess, that, no matter how suicidal I get, I'm too much of a fucking coward to do anything about it, So, there's that. Anyway, so I do got a lot going on this week as far as like appointments go. Man, I got 2 appointments today, and I got another appointment on Thursday, and then I got another appointment on fucking Saturday. So we'll see about that. Oh, and speaking of also, I'm probably going to go make my re-up soon. So it probably won't be too much longer before we do another Canna video. Oh, yeah, and before I forget, I did that video about my grievances with Virginia Normal, and they saw it. They saw it. I got a message from what's her fucking Tamara Netzel or something like that, and it is very obvious that they didn't really watch the video. They watched like a couple minutes of it. And, the message that I got, maybe I'll put that up here on the screen and just go ahead, because I did screenshot that conversation, because she just right off the bat said, like, why are you blaming, it's great that you're, what was it? It's great that you acknowledge that Normal can't control the prices in Virginia, so why are you blaming Virginia Normal for the high prices? Like, I said something to the effect of, I feel like you're just skimming over the video, but not like actually listening. Because I didn't blame Virginia Normal for the high prices. I blame Virginia Normal for, assuring us all about how these processors all signed contractual agreements to open up these compassionate use programs for us low income to median income people, and then failed to deliver. Not a single one of them have ever enacted such programs. And I blame Virginia Normal for being silent and complicit in their silence about it while continuing to promote these same processors, these greedy corporations. So, and then she talked about how, despite Virginia Normal has done good work. And I'm like, I said that, like literally said that in the video. And she did not address anything else that I said later in the video about the lack of tenant programs or tenant protections. She didn't say anything about, them lecturing us arbitrarily about stupid things like the word dabs, and apparently not understanding that dabs is not a noun, or dabbing, dabs, dabbing, dab, it's not a noun, it's a verb or an adjective. But anyway, yeah, so I was planning to go ahead with those screenshots to do a follow-up video, and I probably still will, because I'm going to say what I'm going to say. They're going to come down on me. I mean, they already are. If I post those screenshots in this vlog right here, you'll see, that conversation ended with Tamara trying to gaslight me on the issue. And no, I'm not doing that. I know I'm too good of a self-studied psychology student to be gaslit that easily. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm sticking to, I'm sticking to my guns, and I said what I said. We're going to pause here for a sec. Sorry, the mailman was coming through, and I'm like right here by the mailbox, so I wanted to, make sure I'm not like in the way or anything. So anyway, about that video, I probably will still make that video. What I was waiting on was this past Friday. Virginia Normal normally does their live with Virginia Normal every Friday. Hey, so Virginia Normal does their live with Virginia Normal every Friday, usually. So I was waiting on that, but they never did it this past Friday. So I might give them till this Friday and, see, just because I want to see if they address anything, as well as some of my concerns about what they're talking about for the retail bills going through the assembly right now, because some of this shit is looking bad, where they're talking about the possibility of limiting licensing to people that have been convicted of cannabis crimes and displaced farmers, which, giving them licenses, that's great. Even letting them to the front of the line, that's great. But if I heard this the way that I'm pretty sure that I heard it, what they were saying is that they're the only ones they're going to let get licensed for the retail market. Thus, they're going to stifle competition, and they're already saying prices will probably be high. Well, that's going to keep prices high, and it's going to just keep us all right back on the illicit market, That was the other, grievance with about the medical program, is the way that Jen will talk down on all of us for going back to or using the illicit market, going back to it or continuing to use it, when none of us can fucking afford the medical program. They're doing nothing about how high how much basically we're getting, um, uh, well, fuck it, I'm just going to come right out and say it, how badly we're getting raped in the ass with these medical prices. $400, almost $400, not quite, but almost $400 for an eighth of rosin is raping us in the ass. I was paying nearly $400 a month for that shit and running out before the end of the month, which meant that I had to borrow money to get the next month's medicine early, which meant I ran out the following month even earlier, which meant that I had to borrow money again. And, it was just this, what do you call that, Odysseus cave or whatever the fuck you call it, the snake eating its own tail, it's bullshit, all while talking down to us for going back to the illicit market. For context, that it was that expensive for an eighth of rosin. Where I'm going now, I usually get an ounce of batter or sugar for $100. Almost the same price and, 8 times as much. So I'm afraid that, oh yeah, and as well, they're also talking about how, unfair it is for, operators like in DC to have to operate next to unlicensed operators, as they're calling it. But DC has the same price that we do with their medical program. It's a little bit cheaper in DC, but not enough to make a difference. Not nearly enough to make a difference. And so, what it sounds to me like is that they're going to support cracking down on the illicit market. And, as usual, the Democrats will do the right thing and then fuck it up dramatically, That's just kind of what the Democrats fucking do. It's so much better than the Republicans, but, come on, we can do better than this. And Virginia Normal is just letting it happen that way. They don't speak out against it. Anyway, so that phone call was from my dad. So he's on his way out here. So I'm going to stop this short right now. Snippy snip, cut, cut. I'll be right back. All of that shut after, after my sleep doctor appointment. And after these messages, we'll be right back. Guess who's back? Back again. Your mama's back. Some smoking crack or something like that. I don't know. My that cough in the back of my throat is back, and I can't cough it out. So I just got out of the sleep doctor appointment, not the spin doctor, the sleep doctor, and she said, for the most part, doing pretty good. There's a few air leaks and stuff, like that, but we knew that. And we also knew that, obviously, I'm still not sleeping great, just, I'm sleeping so much better than I was. And I'm not falling asleep anymore, but she said based on the data that she's looking at and everything, basically the sleep apnea is gone. Of course, as long as I'm wearing the mask. That's not to say that, my sleep apnea is, permanently cured, because if I stop using the machine, then obviously my sleep apnea is coming back. But at least for now, using the machine, the sleep apnea is gone. So that's great. They're going to send me a little oximeter test thing. It's basically like a little watch thing with a thing that goes around my finger like a traditional oximeter that's going to be basically judge how my oxygen does while I'm wearing the machine. Because, if you watch the other videos about the sleep apnea, when I did the sleep study, my oxygen was dropping to 54% as I slept. So, obviously that's not good. 54% is like almost half dead. So, but, I assume and I feel like it's a little bit better, at least, because I do have the oxygen concentrator that hooks up to my BiPAP machine. So, I am now receiving oxygen. I think she said I'm receiving a liter per hour or a liter per minute or something like that. Anyway, but at any rate, so I am getting oxygen while I sleep at least. So, hopefully that fixes that. I don't know. I have not tried doing my normal little test that, God damn it, that I do sometimes, which is, if you didn't hear me talking about my other test that I did before, is basically I just take my oximeter and or oximeter or whatever you call that thing, and I put it on my finger as I'm about to fall asleep because, I would before I started using the BiPAP, I would always fall asleep or start to fall asleep and then wake up after a few minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. And so I'd basically, when I woke up like that, I would check the oximeter, see where my oxygen was at. And it's usually anywhere between 70 to 80%. But yeah, when I did the sleep study, my lowest point was actually 54%. Yikes. Again, I am using the BiPAP with oxygen concentrator every night now. So I hate the mask. I hate the machine. But I think 99% of people with sleep apnea all hate wearing the mask. And I am no different. I absolutely fucking hate it. I hate the machine. I love the results. But yeah, the thing that I'm trying to find out now is because the oxygen concentrator is so big and bulky and it has to stay upright at all times. So like if we go on a vacation somewhere, say we go back to the beach or we go up on the mountain or something, the taking that thing is not going to be an option. So I'm trying to see if I'll be able, through my insurance, to get a second, like portable oxygen concentrator for something like that. If worst comes to worst, I might have to set aside a little bit of money and just buy one out of pocket. I don't know, because, goddamn. That sounded like thunder. Thunder. Thundercats, Thundercats, Thundercats. Oh! Any hoot and kitten caboot. So, yeah, I don't know when the next time I'll be going back to the beach or, really going to stay the night anywhere other than home. Well, not really home. Nowhere is home, but, where I live, where I currently reside. So I don't know about all of that, but I do like, not falling asleep all of the time. And when the weather gets warmer, be able to start doing our little ride along videos and stuff again, because it was getting to the point that which is why I stopped early again this past season, because it was getting to the point that it wasn't safe to drive. We ended the first season early because I got hurt trying to run from that goddamn Spider-Man car. And then the second season ended early because I kept falling asleep all the time. And, obviously the prospect of falling asleep while I'm driving the scooter, you know, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Gonna be a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. I'm just saying. Fall asleep at the wheel, you're gonna have a bad time. If you don't pizza when you fry, you're gonna have a bad time. I'm just saying. Come on, relax, guy, or whatever. Yeah. So that was all of that. I'm starting to wonder if some of the remaining tiredness and weakness and, all of that stuff isn't from the diabetes, because, I have no idea where I'm really at right now with the diabetes, because I stopped checking I stopped doing the glucose reader thing. I stopped checking my blood sugar because the little needle thing, where I basically, you draw blood and you drop it on the little meter thing. It's such a pain in the ass, and I don't want to do it. And then, once I look at my glucose readings, it's depressing. I don't check my weight at home anymore either, for the same reason, because it's just fucking depressing. And so, and I'm not doing right, I am, my burrito meat is probably not a problem, but, the drinks are definitely a problem, because, same, Mountain Dews, Fanta Cola, the diet sodas are disgusting. The zero sodas are even worse. And water makes me want to gag and vomit. So, the only thing that wasn't super bad was, almost good, was the little strawberry flavor packets for water. But then that's missing something to keep it from actually tasting good. And the problem is, what it's missing is sugar. So, then if I put sugar in the water, then we're right back at square one. I might as well just keep drinking the fucking Fanta, right? So, I don't know what I'm going to do about that, I've been drinking sugared beverages since I was basically, a couple years old or something. Go grab a Coca-Cola from my Mimi's fridge. And now all of a sudden you're telling me to stop drinking things with sugar in it. Come on. On another side note, I do have a couple openings for Valentine's. Just FYI, I have a couple openings and a couple seats. Giggity. I am sorry. But I do. I have a couple openings and a couple seats available. But nobody wants those openings or those seats, They're gross. Just, 150,000% or whatever they say. It's something to that degree antiperspirant or something like that. I think here in a minute we're going to actually walk over to my normal spot. Right now I'm at the parking garage. In case anybody's interested in stalking me, here I am, motherfucker. Come get me, motherfucker. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I don't know what else to talk about. Oh, You know what I have not I have not talked about this entire vlog? I haven't talked about Alicia keychains. Let's talk about Alicia keychains. Maybe I'll flash up some of the pictures of this if you're not following me on like Facebook and stuff, or Facebook or Instagram. I almost tripped on this snow. I am, okay, well, let me start, just for if anybody's watching me for the first time. Hi, why are you here? You have really bad taste, but I'm sorry. Alicia Keychains is my cat, and she is a former barn girl. The old saying, you can take the girl out the barn, but you can't take the barn out of the girl. So she was picked up by the SPCA, and then she basically lived in their kennels for about 6 or 7 months. And she has handling trauma bad. A lot of handling trauma. And February 13th will be 1 year since I adopted her. And she hasn't really taken to cuddling up in my lap. She's very affectionate. She's really sweet. But she doesn't like to be picked up and handled. She doesn't like to lay down and cuddle up, sit in my lap and stuff, and I've been working on ways to, soften her up to some of that stuff. So one of the things I've been doing over the past year is just picking her up briefly and setting her in my lap and then immediately let go and then let her decide what to do. And she's been, every once in a while she'll sit up there for maybe a minute or something, and then she is the fuck out of there, But she really, really loves to watch TV and videos, especially if it's her or me on the screen. So what I started doing was in the back, in the studio, I will play a video either of her or me or both, or, and then put her on my knee and, she's already noticing what's on the screen. And so it's been more of a problem now getting her to get off of my knee than getting her to get on my knee. And, now she's sitting up there and watching other stuff too, like regular TV and videos. And I've been watching the Law and Crime. She'll sit up there and watch that. We'll watch other cat videos. She'll sit up there and watch that. We watched a video about barn cats. She sat on my knee and watched that whole thing. So she loves watching videos with me. And so, that training is going phenomenally. I've only gotten her to actually lay across my knee a couple of times, and I still can't get her to actually lay across my lap or any of that. But one thing at a time. And when it comes to training cats or dogs, even especially when it comes to their past traumas and things like that, you got to let them go at their own pace. And so that's what we're doing. And, she's doing good. And even if she never really does, she's my little dudes. She's my little dudes. So that's, just a little update on my little keys chain. This is turning into an odd, tight situation out here. Let me turn the camera around and show you. It is very tight through here right now. And any car or vehicle that wants to get past this UPS truck has to drive over the snow, they're much better to just cut through the garage right now. To be 150,000 or whatever they say. That's just, yada, 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 and all of that, scuba scaba. Let me flip this back around. So, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and cut this vlog short because, I do want to keep this somewhat short and make it, quicker to be edited or whatever when I get home tonight. So yeah, thank you all for sticking and hanging out with me, babies. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one, babies. Bye-bye.